Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. Welcome to my live walkthrough of the January to June 2022 mini catalog by Stampin' Up. If you come back later today, I will be walking through the celebration brochure and examples of things that you can earn for free. So the celebration period, which starts today, runs until February 28th. And that means that if you purchase things from this catalog or from our website in general, from the annual catalog, any items, $50, $100, you can earn different free items. So I'll be going over those free items later in a separate video. My website, I'll put this here for a moment. Here's my website, so you can shop now. So just make yourself a wish list as I go through, but pace yourself because this catalog that I'm going through right now, and I'm going to be showing you lots of examples of, and I've been talking about forever, this catalog, you can pace yourself because it's good until, I always have to check because it's like a fluid thing, January 4th to June 30th, 2022. Okay, June 30th, 2022. So you're good. I mean, like, pace yourself. I don't want you to break the bank. I already did. I know that. And then to top it off, they let demonstrators. If you're a demonstrator, they gave us other things like today and tomorrow. They're like, oh, and you can get this and you can get that. And it's like, oh, I have to get that and I have to get this. Anyway, just pace yourself because you're going to want everything. Not everything, but I'm going to keep it real and tell you the things that I really like and the things that I'm like, all right. So, but most of it I like. All right, so here we go. I've set up my new tripod that my hubby got me for Christmas. And if you want me to go faster or slower or stop moving the book, let me know. What I'm gonna do is, since the tripod, the whole reason I got this kind of tripod, and thank you to my ScanNCut user group for letting me experiment with you guys on the live I did the other day, and you know, camera angles got kind of funky, but what the idea is this tripod is now not on my table anymore. Well, I have a different camera stand that's on my table, so now I can leave it off my table. I can slide things around on my table. The whole table doesn't shake because the tripod is off the table. However, I didn't want to get too far away because I still want you to be able to read this. Okay, so this is the table of contents that goes over all the sweets in our catalog. This is a message from our CEO, Sarah Douglas. If you haven't checked out her Facebook Lives, they're very, very entertaining and informative. I like watching them. I don't always watch them live, but I like to go back and watch Sarah Douglas on her Facebook page because she is a very clean and simple stamper, and she has a very cool tip each week to show you. Maybe it's each week, but I don't remember exactly when she does it. All right, this is just talking about making a difference through our crafts and some hashtags you can use. This talks about our kits. So this is one of the things I was mentioning earlier. I said, yep, Stampin' Up sprung it on us that tomorrow, so today the catalog goes live, and they're like, oh, tomorrow there's another kit that I can get. I'm like, oh, I have to get the new kit. It's a birthday kit. So I guess I'll be talking about that tomorrow. And or as soon as I get it, I'll be unboxing it. But it's like placed an order already today, and then I tried to add that kit, and it's like, oh, it's not available till tomorrow. It could be something about not being able to get things very easily in our supply chain. Okay, but let me go over the difference between kits real quickly and paper pumpkin. Kits are something you can buy and you know what you're going to get. We have a whole kits collection. You actually can see the whole kit online before you purchase it. It's not a surprise, but it's very much like a paper pumpkin kit. Some are all-inclusive and some are just cards and things. But with the paper pumpkin, it's a surprise, and that is the fun of it. I absolutely get my crafting mojo each month renewed, refreshed, renewed. You've probably seen it if you've watched my paper pumpkin videos on YouTube. I do a whole paper pumpkin series, and last month I made 18 projects with the one kit, even though it was intended to make 12 cards. I just love seeing what I can do with these kits. And there's a subscription plan. Now, the thing about the subscription, I just have to mention before I move on, is if you get a subscription right now and you look at the prepaid prices, then you can also double dip on this. You can triple dip because you're going to get save on the paper pumpkin subscription. You're going to be able to get free things from Celebration. And I'm just talking about if you get a subscription before February 28th. And the triple dip is you're also going to get Stampin' rewards. That means like if your order is above $150, you get 10% Stampin' rewards, and it goes up from there. So you can kind of triple dip by getting, that's when I always get my subscriptions. All right. So that's what I wanted to say about Paper Pumpkin. And you can also just pay month to month. And they don't even bill you. If you sign up now, you don't even get billed until January 10th. And this month's kit's going to be a Valentine kit. All right, so let's talk about Sweet Talk. And first of all, let me sweet talk my viewers who have come to join me. And feel free to like give me some feedback because I'm actually going to be reading it as I go along this time. It's not like a tutorial where I have to like try to remain so focused that I can't read your comments. I can actually see. So hello, Janet, Gloria, Diana from Kentucky, Christine, and Kathy. And shout out to all my friends from Virginia who have a big snowstorm right now. And some of the demos can't even get online, and I really feel bad that they can't even get online because like they've been having frequent power outages. But anyway, hearts go out to anybody that doesn't have heat right now. That I'm very thoughtful of you, thinking of you. All right, Sweet Talk. It's our Valentine suite. We always have a Valentine suite in these catalogs. You can get the entire collection or you can get things separately. If you want to see every single piece of paper close up and where I talk about the coordinating colors, then you can watch the video from yesterday. I'm not opening these back up. I sealed them on purpose so I wouldn't have to go over these again because I don't want to repeat myself in all the different videos. But I am having a designer series paper share where you'll get to sample all the different papers. So it's fantastic paper. But I do want to show you, while I'm doing this walkthrough, some products, finished projects that I created using Sweet Talk. Okay, so first of all, I have a whole table full of stuff. I might get to it all, but I needed to show you this embossing folder because to me, I thought it would come out different. Like it doesn't look like, right? It's gingham, but then it kind of looks different when you start using it. So it's a regular embossing folder, not a 3D embossing folder. So I want to show you what this does, okay, as opposed to a 3D one. You'll see the difference in a moment. There it is, and you can just put it on your cardstock and look at that extra texture you get. It doesn't look gingham to me. It just looks like, I don't know, I guess I have to call it gingham if you're going to call it something. But that's what that looks like. So this is a little project I did with some Stampin' blends and some cutting out the designer series paper. Okay, here's a card I made, and I'm using a neutral color as the background. The Night of Navy is a neutral color. It's not part of this, but when you use Night of Navy or any neutral color, you can pretty much get away with putting anything on top of it. So for this card, I just made a square card out of Night of Navy, 4 inches, and then I made this 3.75 inches, and I just had so much fun stamping and coloring with my stamping blends. And when you color with your stamping blends with your alcohol markers, you have a light and a dark, and you can just sort of color the stamping blends, and that's what I did. This is Hyde and Heather and Pool Party. See, I'm using the colors from the paper. And the new iridescent rhinestones, which I'm in love with. Iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. All right, I always have a bucket of crafty goodness, and if you're in my ScanNCut user group, which you can freely join, it's a public group. It's not like my team or my VIPs, which are sort of private groups. It's a group for ScanNCut users. You will see that I showed you how to make this box. Wait, I'm sorry, this box. We just made this project in the group. I think I might make it again on YouTube, but really my group was helping me experiment with my new tripod. And maybe they didn't even know they were helping me experiment with my new tripod, but it's the first tutorial I did with my new tripod in the group, and I showed how to make these. So I think I need to do it on YouTube too, because the crafty goodness from this paper is like limitless. Oh my goodness, it reminds me so much, like it's nostalgia, right? The candy from yesteryear. So we made these shapes. We can cut out shapes directly. And then I showed how to cut out the belly bands. But what I think I'm showing on YouTube next, or not next, like today next, but soon, is how to cut out these little candies. It would be fun to show you how to cut out. Or I could refer you back to the other one, but I think it'll go smoother if I start a whole new tutorial. These little candies cut out of the pattern paper inside this. And I've already made my bucket of crafty goodness. So if you're familiar with my channel, my bucket of crafty goodness is just everything that I can kind of get from the suite. Whether it be die cuts, like this is better done with a metal die. So I need to show you that because some things are better done with this, you know, just your scissors or a ScanNCut, like this lollipop. There is no die for this. It's a little jagged around the edges, but that's because the ScanNCut scanned the shape of the lollipop. These are better done with a metal die because of the fine intricacy of them. So here's what the Sweet Conversations looks like, the stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set. And you can cut out some hearts with the metal dies, or for the most part, I think I'm going to just probably be stamping those hearts and using my ScanNCut for cutting out extra crafty goodness like this. And here's what they look like. This is a new way I'm storing my dies on a piece of magnetic sheet. If you go to like Home Depot or something, you can get the magnetic vent covers. I'm trying to find that other little thing I wanted to show you. The little envelope. It's so cute, this little envelope. Anyway, magnetic vent covers can be used to cut the magnetic sheets there. Look at this cute little envelope. You make it with this die here, and then you can just stick little crafty goodness out of it. Like here's one where I just stuck little things out of it. So this is going to be an embellishment on something else, a cute little envelope. And I did teach how to make envelopes like this, by the way, in one of my ScanNCut courses called Creating Boxes and Envelopes. So anyway, this is a little envelope. But I just love making tiny envelopes with my scraps. And I love metal dies. I also love my ScanNCut. So I love using a combination of both. Because I think, using the right tool for the job is very important. Making the most of things. All right, so that's pretty much the whole suite. Okay, these are called sweet little treat boxes. Super awesome. I also will show you a sweet little treat box when I get to another suite that I'm going to be focusing on in this walkthrough. I have about 4 or 5 big stops on the walkthrough, and this is one of my big stops. A lot of the things I'm going to go faster through, but this little sweet little treat box, I've shown you this, and this is the faux, is it called faux ribbon? No, faux here. Faux linen ribbon. I don't know why they call it faux linen ribbon, because it looks real to me. It doesn't look like faux ribbon. Anyway, just get your little buckets and bowls. That's a coconut, actually. This is a coconut bowl. Just get whatever bowls you have and make buckets of crafty goodness for every little thing you're doing, and you'll be able to just quickly assemble projects. All right, here's some more projects from our catalog. The catalogs are fun to just look at in general because they're so inspirational, because the graphic artists come up with different ideas, and they're also fun for shopping and making wish list and giving you product numbers and things. And keep in mind as you look through the catalog that you save 10% when you buy a bundle. So pretty much if I'm going to buy the stamp set and the dies, I'm going to buy the bundle. I save 10% by buying them together. Okay, and then this is showing you, another thing I want to point out. I didn't get this one, but I just want to show you what this means when you see something like this on a page. So if you see something like this, Love and Happiness Bundle, and you see this outline of this heart and wedding wishes, it's outlined. That means that these dies, there's a die that you can cut out wedding wishes, right? So if you have make a lot of wedding cards, here's a die that'll cut out this. Not that you can't use the heart for something else, but it's saying it's going to be to the cutest couple ever. There's a die that fits that. Happy anniversary, my love, right? There's a die that fits that. So this is just what that means if you see a picture like that. Okay, so I'm going to walk through a little quicker now when I don't have samples to show you, but I just want you to see the pages and kind of go, get to really feel this. So, and I'll do this as I say hi, and I'm going to go back through here. So we have a comment. Christine, thank you. I'm glad you loved the box. Okay, so Diana won this bundle and the DSP the other day, and it wasn't something that you were going to order, but now of course the DSP. I mean, everyone loves Valentine treats, right? If I join, how do I get this suite? Okay, Debbie Fox is asking. Okay, but before Debbie, let me see if there's any of my, okay, that was Debbie saying hello. Okay, Debbie, if you want this suite. So when you join, let me just go back to this here. Let me just look at how much the suite is. The whole entire suite is $86.25. Okay, so you could do the math. You're allowed to get, for $99, you can pick out $125 worth of items. So you have plenty more items you could pick out. You could get this whole suite with this number, put it in your starter kit, and then back here it talks about when you join for $99, you get 2 free stamp sets. So you can pick any 2 free stamp sets, like anything you want. So if you put the suite in your collection, you get the whole collection, you pick out 2 free stamp sets, and then you can pick out a bunch of other stuff until you reach $125. Now you don't pay $125, you only pay $99, and you get free shipping. So that's how you get the whole suite. Just click on my link to join. Well, go to my website, right? paperchef.stampinup.net, and then you click join now. But you don't have to join to be my customer. So I just want to make that clear. You can, if you join, you start getting a discount, and then you become like a fun discount shopper and everything else, and you can get 20% off right away on your first order after you join. Isn't this adorable? This is great for kids. But if you want to join, it's $99 and you get, free shipping. But if you don't want to join, you still are my customer and you can get celebration items. So there's a benefit of doing both. So I welcome you to join my team. My team has a lot of fun. We do a lot of, giveaways and challenges. Not just giveaways, but like you do a challenge. Like making cards and sharing your cards, that's a challenge. Sharing your unboxings, sharing projects you made from my workshops online. There's different things I have in my VIP groups and teams, which are fun. Anyway, flowering fields. This is a popular one. See? It's on the front cover of this. Just giving you a little sneak peek of the paper, but I'm not opening up these paper packs again. Not today, not right now, I'm saying. Not that I won't ever, but I just did a video on my whole paper share, and I just went through all these packages and then I shut them. So they're all shut. They're ready to, my samples. That's my sample. All right, I'm obsessed with these brushed breast butterflies. I'm putting them on everything, and I'll show you some projects in a little while where I put those on there. So pretty much for this, I just bought this and this. I didn't buy all this. Now, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I bought something else to do a lot of flower layering with. And wait till you see my daffodils, because I bought that because of my mom and for Mother's Day. So for me, this is awesome, but I'm more of a daffodil. Well, I'm not more of a daffodil person. I thought of people more that would like the daffodils than the tulips, but this is going to be so popular in Europe, I believe. And also, anybody that likes gardening and plants, they're going to love this flowering field suite. It's just that I am going to work with the daffodils because I can't possibly, I realized after so many things I had to try to, look through when I was trying to inventory my stuff, that I can't possibly use all my crafts in my lifetime. So I focus on the ones I really like and they make me happy. That'll make others happy when I craft with them. This is a very interesting stamp in this suite because this stamp, the tulip in this Tulip Fields bundle, has like these triangles and it gives it the depth of field. Look at that. You can make a field of flowers with these triangles. And of course, keep in mind coordinating colors. If you're ever wondering why your projects don't quite look the way that you want them to look or not quite right, it's because you're not using colors which coordinate and complement each other. So be aware of that when you're making your projects. If you're going to work with flowering fields, I would say just take ink colors like this. Take these ink colors and then stamp them, and they're going to look good because those ink colors have already been determined to look well, to look really nice together. All right, so now we are on page 18. And I wanted to stop and show you the rainbows, because this is going to be after I'm done my Eden's Garden workshop, which I'm working on in January. And during January, we're going to be able to order the next workshop kit. And that's going to be, and maybe even sooner than that, but I have to wait because I'm really trying to get the paper. I'm working on getting free stuff so that I can give you things in the kits. And I'm also going to be cardstock in the kit. But anyway, this is one of the projects we'll make in that workshop. I am going to show you right now the Rainbow of Happiness. It is like so awesome, so happy, makes me so happy. And wait till you see the fun stamps with it. And it's going to coordinate with the celebration product as well. So here's the Rainbow of Happiness stamp set that's photopolymer, so you can imagine how easy it is to overlay your rainbows. When you use some Magenta Madness or different kinds of pinks and reds, it's going to stain your stamps, but that's okay. You can still overlay them to make your rainbows. There's also in this bundle rainbows dies, and then I put some of my extra crafty goodness because I've been using most of it up in here, just in this little bag in my die case. So these are the dies, and I do have another little thing to show you as far as the dies here. This is a card that's going to be part of my Celebration Card Club, and there are those brushed breast butterflies I told you about. Okay, so super, super fun. The fact is, this whole bundle is going to go with a celebration item. I am going to open up this paper, this paper here during my celebration walkthrough, because that's one of the free items you can earn. And I don't want you to confuse this catalog with things that you can buy versus things you can earn. This little scraps here are free paper, but the die and the stamp set is not the free thing. It's the things that you can get in this catalog. This is a fantastic punch. It's the Cloud Punch. You can use it to punch out the designer series paper. It has the cloud shape, so you can add dimension to your cards. Other ways that you can use this, these are just ones that I have here that I did on YouTube. So I just want to point you in the direction of, if you're like, how'd you make this card? This was part of my Ink It Up series. I showed how to make this card. In fact, we made a bunch of cards at once. So these were made in my tutorial. I made these live with you. I probably made 7 at the same time, all in the same video. I just kept stamping, stamping, stamping. And then when I was done, when the video was over, I just layered them up on some paper and I have all my cards made. Okay, so this is the Rainbow of Happiness. You don't even have to have the designer series paper because you can do all this just with ink, all that just with ink. But having the coordinating paper to go with the colors of ink is just makes a big difference. And having that Cloud Punch, I didn't have it at the time of that tutorial, but now I have the Cloud Punch. All right, this has got to be my favorite page in the whole catalog. This double page spread. Why? Because of the Friends of the Forest. If you are familiar with my YouTube channel, you will know that I did a ScanNCut tutorial on this. And this is Friends of the Forest, and in the ScanNCut tutorial was called Cutting Out Stamped Images with the ScanNCut. That's the title of the video. It's called Brother ScanNCut Tips and Tricks, or it could be called ScanNCut Tips and Tricks. Cutting out stamped images with the Brother ScanNCut. So I showed you how to stamp these onto basic white cardstock, how to cut out the critters, and how to color the critters. And here's the result. So I absolutely love this whole spread. This makes me happy. I hope it makes you happy too. This is a happy section of the catalog. And so are the Ladybugs. I didn't get these, but they are on my wish list, but not my immediate wish list. These remind me of my Aunt Dot because she used to like have the symbol Ladybug. And you know when you have someone in your family that makes you think of something with it. So like when you see a ladybug, I thought of my Aunt Dot, and I still do. And she passed on, but it reminds me of her. And I just also know that a lot of little girls, like, you know, sometimes people say, "You're my little ladybug." You know, sometimes that's a nickname for people. And it's also just cute. And there's a ladybug punch. So it's on my list of things. I just haven't, if I did order it, it's not here yet. Or maybe I didn't order it. Maybe it's on my wish list. I'm not super organized when it comes to ordering, and I go a little crazy. And sometimes I end up with 2 of the same thing. Hence, you see me giving away lots of prizes of my doubles. I kind of never really noticed this one before. Every time I do a catalog walkthrough, there's something I'm like, wow, I didn't even notice that before. And this is this one, Wildflower Path. I mean, I must have seen it before because I've looked through the catalog 100 times, but I just never sort of really noticed it. Kind of interesting. All right, symbol. Going to be really, really nice. It has some coordinating products such as Mother of Pearl sheets. I can show you the Mother of Pearl. I'm making up some little packets. Okay, this is fantastic. Look at that paper. It's really thick, and it's, you know, pearly on one side. This is going to be so fun to die cut. Haven't die cut it yet. That's the Mother of Pearl. So anyway, that's the Symbols of Fortune. And we move on, and that's the Crane of Fortune. So I can imagine making paper cranes out of this paper. It's going to be fun. And it's just nice look. And look, you can even take the doilies from the Heart and Home and use it with that. All right, slim lines are all the rage. They are so popular right now, Slimline Cards. And so I have this coming, right? I have this coming. Okay, let's see. She's talking about gumball machine. Sorry, I'm just going back to the gumball. Judy's saying she has another machine, a gumball machine. So cool. And something from 1999 or 2000, we had a gumball machine? I don't think I have that one. Hi, Polly. Okay, Polly's watching from Florida. Okay, you can use the gumball dome as it... See, I should have been reading the comments as we went along. So just real quick, Gloria said, the gumball dome looks like a fishbowl. It sure does look like a fishbowl. Super cute. Okay, now I might have to rethink the domes because I don't need any more of this little... I have so many of those little confetti things or shaker thingies. I like those little gumballs, But I'm saying I might have to rethink it as a fishbowl. Cool. All right, I got to go back and read your comments. I meant to do that as I was going. Okay, Lavita, hello. And we already said hi to Polly and Judy. Okay, Anne from Pennsylvania. And Melissa from Texas. Cool. All right, Slimline Cards. All I have to show you, I think, is an envelope right now. I don't have, maybe I have an envelope to show you. But it's pretty cool. These Slimline envelopes and cards. I don't have the stuff yet, the rest of it to make it. All right, I'm just going to show you one of the envelopes. Only because that's all I have within reach, and I'm trying not to like have big avalanches on my table. I couldn't bring everything in to show you right now, which is why I'm not opening up the paper. All right, I wanted to show you these new Slimline envelopes. Pretty cool, right? They're soft succulent, basic gray, and white. So these are our new envelopes, and this is a Slimline card example. So the Paradise Palms, this is a Slimline card, and then there's a slim coming up. There's some slim. All right, Anne already placed your order. Thank you, Anne. I haven't even checked yet. I mean, I sort of checked, but I didn't really check. So I will thank you personally soon. Thank you so much. All right, so this is cool. This is using the rectangular postage stamp punch. And if you see there's lots of flowers, that's where I was going to go with that. I said sometimes a little too many flowers for me, but I really like this. I just have so many that are similar to it, but I really do like it. Now this one is simply adorable, right? Simply adorable. And this reminds me of like storybooks and things and the little duckling. So on my wish list for Easter, I still have some time for that. Fun to color, fun to cut out with the ScanNCut. I'm sure, you know, it'll just be a fun stamp set. Okay, greenhouse, more flowers. I think this is going to look nice if you use maybe stamp and some StazOn onto acetate possibly. So use the StazOn, that permanent ink, and stamp onto acetate with the dies. That's going to be neat. This one reminds me of something that's going to go with our kits, because in our kit collection there is something that would coordinate with that. I don't know if the kits have names right here, but I think it's called like Under the Weather or something about that. See? I mean, they have names. I'm saying I'm not sure if the names are on here. That kit that you can get is going to go really well with this. Okay, and then this thing I think is going to go really well with my rainbows and my cloud. Oh yeah, it even has the cloud punch there. They're using the cloud punch. So this is on my, Your Friendship is So Uplifting. I think this is on my list. I don't know if it's already, if I already have it coming. See, I still have stuff coming because I was allowed to order. The demonstrators were allowed to order during the pre-order period. Oh, this is my stop. Artfully Composed. A big stop. Okay, so if you watched my YouTube video on how to make your own designer series paper, I went on Facebook the next day with a new and improved version because I figured out something. So this is the one I made on YouTube, these card backgrounds, and this is when I had 5 colors. But then I discovered that there's actually like 7 colors in the designer series paper. So I did it the dot method of the baby wipe technique instead of using, this was the stripe method where I did stripes. And I went on Facebook the next day and I did the dot method, and so I have so many more card backgrounds. So I want to show you now what these, and this is the insides of my cards that are done. But it really doesn't make sense unless you see my finished project. So this is what I used for this. And there's my bucket of crafty goodness, which is in a bag. So I just saved little bits and things from every project, everything I'm working on. All right, let's show you. All right, this is that sweet little treat box. I used the baby wipe technique on it. And some faux, these are called faux sea glass shapes. So this whole thing I'm about to show you is called the Artfully Composed Suite. Here's the designer series paper, sneak peek, Artfully Composed. Okay. Let's show you this pile of cards. This was one of my stops because I just got done making all these. So many cards. This is a suite that has lots of stuff going on. Okay, yeah, it's a March. Okay, Gloria's saying it was the March Paper Pumpkin Kit 2020 with the boots and flower pots. Yes, that paper pumpkin kit, Gloria, good point, and hi, Terry. The good point is that that paper pumpkin kit became a part of our kits collection. It was so popular, it became part of our kits collection. Anyway, here's the, back to the suite here, this vellum, layering vellum designs. I layered the vellum in these different things, and I wanted to just show you, I used, for the baby wipe technique for my card backgrounds, sometimes the background is designer series paper. Some of the backgrounds I'm showing you, like this one, is a homemade background. You can sort of tell the difference between this, like this is the paper itself because of the way it's printed on, right? Let me bring that up closer. See that? That's designer series paper. This, however, is my personal design from the baby wipe technique. This is the stamp set I used regardless, whether I used designer series paper or my own design. I used this cling stamp set. And I showed you on YouTube how to make your own sentiments as well and how to blend the backgrounds. Also, I wanted to show you that I'm using the Tropical Layers dies as embellishments. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of show you where I'm going with this. So when you see these, you're seeing that I've used the entire suite. All right, let me make a little pile. So I'm going to go through these one at a time because these weren't all finished when I was on YouTube. And that's the inside. I'm not going to show you the inside of every card. But suffice it to say, every single one of the insides has something stamped. You can see the layering vellum. There's a little border die, and that border die, this little die makes this little, here, can you see that? Makes that really cool little shape in the vellum. And every card, oops, I already showed you that. Every card has a coordinating color of cardstock, which goes with something in the suite. So that's why everything's going to coordinate together. Okay, so these are just my cards I made with the Artfully Composed. Although I love the Rainbow of Happiness bundle and it makes me very happy, this is my favorite suite as far as like the whole suite of products goes, where I love everything in the suite. The Rainbow of Happiness doesn't actually have a suite, believe it or not. It just has a bundle and then some paper that coordinates from the celebration. This one actually has a suite. So we have faux sea glass shapes. That's where you see how I put the little sea glass on there. And then, stamps, dies, designer series paper, layering vellum, and this ribbon. This is called the white ribbon. Or white something ribbon. Let's say white. Frayed ribbon. So because it was called frayed ribbon and it started to fray anyway, I was like, well, I'm just going to, Yeah, so Gloria's saying she likes my idea of mass-producing cards. I showed that in both videos, how to mass-produce cards. We did a whole sheet of paper at once, and then a whole 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock at the same time, and then I showed how to cut it. In fact, here, this might give you a better idea what the tutorial was. This is what we made. Then when I was done, I did some blending sometimes, like this one's blended. See some pale papaya on there blended in the back. Mint macaron. Not all of them are blended, but this is the baby wipe technique. So then you cut them up and you have lots and lots of card backgrounds. And then you just start layering. You just got to do a lot of die cutting ahead of time. And that's what these are. These are extra little pieces that I've die cut and put in here. Oh, actually, you know what? I have a better bucket I actually have a second bag of crafty goodness. These are extra things that I've die cut. So I just have a bunch. I could make 10 more cards right now. Well, not 10, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 sentiments. The reason I don't finish making all these as cards is because the hey there might go good on a box. So say someone says, my husband says, oh, it's my coworker's birthday tomorrow. Oh boy, I gotta do something quick because he always gives me like 0 notice, like literally. He's like, oh, tomorrow we're having a cake at lunch for my coworker's birthday. And then what do I have to do? Well, I can make this into a birthday card. I could try to do that, but it's easier for me to say, it's easier for me to give a little set of cards or something, and then I could put these on goodie boxes. Like I can slap together a cute little goodie box. It doesn't have to be birthday, but at least I can do a 3D item. Like, one of these, but then I could put, birthday on it. So I like to not finish everything because I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. All right, so that's the Artfully Composed. You can always buy a suite with one product number. This just makes it easy and convenient, but it doesn't really save you anymore. Like this is already saving you 10%, and this takes that into account. So when you get a bundle, you save 10%. This already takes that into account. But you might want to get the Sweet Collection out of convenience, not necessarily out of like, you know, savings. Okay, so that's why. Diana's saying, she thinks I changed her mind on this. It doesn't look as good on paper, I think, as it does when you're holding it all. Like, especially this one little die I'm in love with. Not the palm frond one, this one. This die here, I'd get the whole entire die pack just for this die. This die is so fantastic. I'm just thinking of all the things I can use that on. I mean, when I say all the things, meaning this is tropical and that's tropical. This one's sort of tropical. This one to me is just nature. It doesn't have to be tropical. It's just such a fantastic die, so I think I can use it on a lot of things. I mean, of course, that's cool too. But I digress. Let's keep moving on, just because I could just do that sweet. I could talk about that sweet forever. It's just so amazing. All right, more flowers, and I'm just going to keep it real. Not for me. And so those of you that got it, that's awesome. Because Dahlia Days, whatever, there's like so many things that'll go with, and it's some of the other flowers, things that we have. So that's great. I'm just all flowered out with some stuff like that. But I do like the daffodils, which we'll get to. Here's the daffodils. All right. Flowering flowers again. All right. Not doing anything for me, but it's going to be very popular, I'm sure. And as Stampin' Up always says, the reason they keep putting a lot of flower sets is because they keep selling. All right. Daffodil Daydream and Daffodil dies. I am normally not a person that likes this many dies. This many dies would normally drive me like insane, okay? But because it didn't drive me insane, because there's a few of the same ones, okay? So like it actually helped me. If anything, it helped me and didn't drive me insane because look, I was able to cut out a couple of these at once and a couple of these at once and a couple of these. So instead of cutting out one flower, I was able to cut a couple at once. And so it really helped me. And then I had some butterflies. So let me show you the result of that. Here's the stamp set. Oh, I didn't even use this one. See, all I used was these two. Easter Blessings and Mother's Day. So this is the bundle. The reason this bundle is going to be super flying off the shelf, like super popular, is because of Celebration. In Celebration, which I'll be going over in a separate video because of time, we're doing a separate video on Celebration later today, if I can make it through, because I still want to do some stuff on Facebook. Okay, this is a free item. Okay, you can get this paper. So here's how I used it. This one here is using the free paper, Daffodil Afternoon, and the double oval punch from the annual catalog, and here's my layered daffodils. And after I spent all this time coloring these stems to match or to coordinate in Pear Pizzazz, I found my Pear Pizzazz cardstock, but I kind of like them colored anyway. I actually colored these with, I don't know if it was blends or regular markers, or just me rubbing ink on my fingers. I somehow colored these with Pear Pizzazz, and then found my Pear Pizzazz cardstock. So next time I'm not going to color them. I'm just going to cut them out in Pear Pizzazz ink. And again, there's all these extra little parts. You can cut these stems out. It was very easy. You're using, these were easy but time consuming. So I want to say that there's a difference between easy and hard and fast and time consuming. This is easy but time consuming. So anyone can do this. It's very easy, but it's going to take you a little while. Because I used crushed curry, or was it bumblebee? Hold on, let me look at the colors. Oh, I can't look at the colors right now. I think it was crushed curry and Daffodil Delight. So I layered everything up with crushed curry and Daffodil Delight and did the reverse there. And that's how I made this card. So this is my Mother's Day card. I'm not giving this away. I don't even have the inside done yet. I'm going to give that to my mother for Mother's Day. I mean, or else I might make some more for my sisters and things, but aunts, other mothers. Okay, this is part of my Celebration Card Club, but I thought I better show it to you now because it's using those Brush Best butterflies, and it's using the stamps from this stamp set. But it's Celebration Card Club because it's using Celebration paper. Still have some spots in that, but when I run out of kits, I will be closing that because I can only do so many kits. Or actually, I'm not really finished my kits yet because I don't have the paper to finish my kits. But neither here nor there. All right, let's move on. You can still sign up. And then I can order some more stuff for the kits. And then I can send them out and you can still follow along on YouTube. Even if you're not part of the card club, I'll be making everything on YouTube so you can see the tutorials. This is fun. Nice nautical set. I don't have Seize the Day, but I think it's on my wish list because I like this die. I would get the whole thing for this die. Look, it reminds me a lot of the layering diorama dies, and it just has this beautiful three-dimensional look. Okay, I've talked about scene builders before. Waterfront, snowfront. Now you have oceanfront. So if you use all the scene builder dies, scene builder stamp sets together, we make another one like meadow. I think it's called Meadowfront, or it wouldn't be called Meadowfront. In the meadow, my meadow. Anyway, there's a bunch of different ways to build scenes, and this is yet another way to build your scenes. So gotta love that. I wasn't feeling this one, but I did give it away as a prize because they gave this to me when I attended On Stage. This was one of our gifts, and I've seen a lot of pretty things done with this. Just not my style, but it's really cool. You're gonna stamp it, and you're gonna get the reverse. So the ink goes on the back part. So it's called Amazing Silhouettes. So if you see a lot of things done with this, that's because the demonstrators were able to get that item. All right. This one, boy, oh boy. I could be here all day talking about how much I love Eden's Garden because it's a really cool nature set. All right, she has 2 sets and they're fun to use. I'm not sure which 2 sets you have. I should have been looking at the comments earlier. Terry's saying she has 2 sets. Thank you, Diana, for your comment. All right, I'm not going to show this whole bucket of stuff because I have an Eden's Garden series. Just suffice it to say, Eden's Garden is, with the way that these dies are, right? These beautiful dies, and the way that the stamps are distinctive. I know I'm getting close up to the camera right now because I have a big bucket. This is distinctive stamping. I showed that in the last part of my workshop series. Part 5. I'm already up to part 5. And in part 5, we made these cards on YouTube. So if you missed the series, well, this was my mystery card for our team meeting. But I'm saying I made this distinctive stamping technique during that video. But see, this set is so fun. If you missed out on that paper, oh, here's the layering diorama dies coming up. If you missed out on the paper, Eden's Garden, you can't get it anymore, but you can still get it in my kit because I did order it for my kits. All right, this is really cool, this layering diorama dies, and this is the Hive embossing folder. I'm not showing you all the nugget treats right now, and there's even boxes under there. I can't show you these all right now because of time, but let's move the bucket away. That's called Eden's Garden. This is still available from now until the end of this catalog period, just that the special release of that paper is not available, but you can still do lots of fun things with the gold. It's called brush metallic cardstock. Really works well with that. All right, New Horizons, little peek at New Horizons. Okay. This paper is so fantastic because it has like watercolor look, and some of the paper has scenes on it. Look at it. It's an instant card background. So New Horizons is one of those papers that's different than the other papers, and that it's already cut for you in 6x6. So that's what I like about this paper. I will be getting a lot of it for that reason. I love just folding up things really quickly, and I love these pebbles. I just ordered more of the pebbles. If not today, I did it the other day. I love pebbles and sea glass and all these little three-dimensional embellishments. I love adding bling to my projects. Okay, Eclectic Garden. I must have missed this before too. See, we got some cute berries in there. So that's really nice. Okay, these are going to be fun. I think I ordered it. If not, I want to order it. It's a background stamp with the ocean gentle waves. And this is going to be a nice background stamp too. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that one. It's like a tiled mosaic, but I definitely love the gentle waves. But look what you can do with the sponge daubers, the little things you put on your fingers and you rub around. Look what you can do with those. And then this is just a picture of a blending brush. I always have blending brushes on hand. Okay. Okay, Gloria said she got the Eden. Okay, she has the stamp set for Eden's Garden and not the dies. I think the dies work independently of the stamps for those. You can get the dies later. maybe you can use rewards if you have a big order and, use that to help you buy dies and things that you're on your wish list. This is kind of neat. I didn't notice it before, but it's two-step stamping. So that's really nice. It says soaring swallows. So you stamp and then you stamp this part, and then look at how nice that looks with the two-step stamping. Yeah, so birds and more forest items, forest here. Grassy Grove bundle. Yeah, I'm noticing different things I haven't noticed before. Oh, this one's gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I haven't got to play with mine yet because it's not all here. So this might get like Artfully Composed could get kicked to the curb, and this could end up being my favorite suite. But this is my favorite suite because I've been able to play with it. I don't have the stuff yet to play with this. I ordered it, but I don't have it yet. Look at this paper. It's a new special paper. It's foiled, and it's 4x6. This suite is so cool because it has hexagons, and I don't have these yet to show you. I do have like one of the, here, I can show you this little card. I did get, for some random reason, I got some of my order and not the rest of my order. From the pre-order, that didn't all come, but that's like one of the cards and envelopes. They're all different. Let's see. The paper ephemera packs. We have ephemera packs. So you can get like 60 little pieces of ephemera that'll match your projects. So instant cards between the paper, between the card pack, the dies. And this is going to be fun because you can see the little blobs. You can sort of just look at all these blobs. I love blobs anyway. I mean, you know how much I blob everything around with ink and make my own paper. Can you imagine making your own paper with that? And the baby wipe technique, oh, maybe a couple colors going together and then cutting out hexagons too. Oh, this is going to be fun. I just haven't got to play with it yet, but it's really nice. And here's some more things done with it. Hello Beautiful, it's called. Hello Beautiful stamp set. I mean, who doesn't just love that sentiment as, and I miss your face. I mean, right? How appropriate is that? I don't know if that was, if how long in advance that they started planning these sentiments because of what's going on in the world. Because I know that this stuff comes out like a year. I mean, we start planning these catalogs years in advance. So that would be a good sentiment to have. Oh, hello, Susan. Nice to see you. Okay. Happy and Heartfelt. I did get this one. And I do love some of the sentiments like here. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. But I didn't use it yet. The reason I didn't use it yet is because I have a team meeting. And so I like to offer some things as prizes and things. And so it's kind of like this. Sometimes I get stamp sets and then it's like somebody chooses it as a prize. I don't start using it right away. I get myself another one. And then if someone doesn't choose it, it's like my cue to say, oh, I better start using it because it's here still and I need to start using it. So I always get extra things for prizes. Oh, this is what I was talking about, this Slimline. Remember earlier I showed you that Slimline envelope? There is a new Slimline group of dies that's going to be fitting. It's going to fit right on a Slimline card that you make. So we'll be doing some things with that and coloring and blending brushes and stuff like that. I don't have them yet, but I did order that. You are one of a kind. Looks like they just cut it out with scissors. Okay, this is best delivery. That's going to be fun for, not just if you're moving, but I think this messages, like when you have a truck like this, you can just put anything on the truck. You know, oh here, birthday wishes, sending lots of love. I mean, you could just put anything on the truck. You don't just have to, doesn't have to refer to moving. Like welcome to the neighborhood, you know, or welcome in general, welcome to anything. All right, Ranunculus Romance. Oh, that's a fun word. That looks like very vintage, and that's a really neat concept for these. And a very nice die. I probably would get that just for the dies. If I were to get that, because of the dies. All right, here we go. We have Bragworthy with lots of fun fonts and fun sentiments. 1 minute, you're young and cool. And the next, you're getting excited over new towels. That's funny. That's like, my husband gets excited over new towels more than me. I'm like, why do we need new towels? Like, we can use them for years and years until they're like threadbare. See, you know what I like to spend my money on? It's not clothes and towels, I can tell you. It's crafts. Sentimental Swirls. This is inspired by Sam Hammond, Million Sales Achiever. Whenever you see this little symbol, she actually demonstrated this at our on stage. Super cool. Love making backgrounds, and this is going to be fun for making backgrounds with. And I believe this goes with the punch. Yes, it does. Oh, no, not the punch I'm thinking, though. It says it goes with the Strawberry Builder punch. Oh, and it does go with the Flowers and Leaves punch. Okay, I was right. Okay, Flowers and Leaves punch and the Strawberry Builder punch. That's what I was thinking, because I have the Flowers and Leaves punch, I believe. Okay, in the moment, this is going to be fun to watercolor. They did give us one of these as part of in our swag box. Or something that I got was in there. So I haven't played with it yet. Probably because I was offering it as a prize, but I haven't played with it yet, but I do love it. Very, very nice. Okay, I've made a little bit with this one because I've had it for a while. To tell you the truth, these aren't my favorite colors, but I do love me some Memories and More cards. You can always do so much with Memories and More cards. Because they're instant. You just take them out of the package. This was already done. I didn't have to do anything. Boom, I have a card. I need a card. There's a card. I put a doily on it. Let me see. I have a sneak peek of the paper here. Here's a sneak peek of the Heart and Home paper. I'd like to give you a little sneak peek. And I did have the doilies separated out for a moment. I'm going to show you the doilies. Fantastic little doilies that you can just put behind things. I probably should have saved the middle when I did that. But instead, I think I cut it. See how the doily was this size? And then I cut it and spread it apart so that it would stick out the sides there. So you have a little embellishment. And then you have Memories and More cards. That was just a Memories and More card with a little sticker. I stuck a little bee on there. This was a sticker. This was a sticker. This was a sticker. So easy to make this with the Memories and More card pack. And then in the Memories and More card pack, you get small. Let me move this over. You get small little envelopes too. And you just slap a couple stickers on there. And I did Thank You for Inspiring Me. I think that's the only stamp I used so far out of this stamp set. I do love the Thank You for Inspiring Me stamp. And I used Misty Moonlight, stamped it in Misty Moonlight. And like I said, that one was a sticker. I think I'm going to love the big flowers to color, the giant ones. Maybe not so much the little ones. But out of the entire suite, this is my favorite item for sure. It is the Hive 3D embossing folder. And you're going to see how I use this when I show you my otter card. Because this can also look like water, not just Hive. I just want to show you real quick the difference between a regular embossing folder and a 3D embossing folder. So be aware of your plate configuration or your sandwich. Here, let's take these away for a second. Let's take that away and this away. There's a sandwich, means the way you put your plates in your machine when you emboss something. And you want to be aware of that because look at the difference in the thickness between a regular embossing folder and this is a regular one and this is a 3D embossing folder. Love them both, but this one definitely does deeper embossing. The Hive 3D embossing folder. Okay, so I'm going to show you my otter card later, but I just want to flash back to this real quick. That was the one I used, the Hive 3D. So this side is going to look like a beehive, the way I did it here. But when I show you later in Celebration, it's going to look like water. When you turn it over, it can look like water bubbles. And there's some cool little dots, matte black dots. And here's a picture of Misty Moonlight as well, looking like a beehive. So this is what I do like about it, the big flower. I'm probably going to use my blends to color that. I just didn't do it they were doing it during our onstage event. They were coloring live, and I was supposed to color along, but I couldn't. I had too much stuff on my table. I didn't have the right supplies out. So I didn't color along, and then all my friends were posting their samples, and I'm like, oh, it's so nice. They all did such a nice job, and I should have colored along when I had the chance. So sometimes when I'm doing my videos on YouTube and I say, please come follow and craft along with me, if you do that, you will get so much done. So don't just, like if you actively engage in videos and tutorials when you're watching them, you will get a lot more done. And so sometimes that's just a little tip I have for you. So get out some supplies while I'm crafting and craft along. This is going to be such a cool thing for book clubs. So if you're in a book club or a Bible club or a Bible study, so a Bible study or a book club, or a librarian or any teacher would love this, okay, or any friend. It's cool for just friendship. And even the little T, you know, for anybody. I just think this is going to be so neat. So you can do it cards, but I think I'm not sure how wide it is, but, oh, here, it says shown at 100%. Probably you could do bookmarks out of it. And I bet the ScanNCut would cut that out. It's on my semi wish list. It's not on my, like, immediate wish list. It means that, like, before the end of the catalog period, I want to get it. But it's because it's not a holiday. It's not, I don't have to really worry about it being, you know, for any holiday. It'll be timeless. Okay, here, the world needs, wait. The world needs more love notes. Okay, this is kind of hard to read. Okay, the world needs more love notes. It's not hard to read once I figured it out, but that's very gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Super cute. Catch you later. I definitely want this. I mean, the monkeys alone are worth the whole thing. How cute are they? And then look at how you can use the monkeys with the layering diorama dies. All right, we're almost done. Only a couple more, looks like a couple more sweets to go. Or one more big sweet and a few more pages. And then it gets into like some table of contents. Okay, so we have our happy hedgehogs, which are super cute. I want them, didn't get them yet. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get all the things and use all the things I want to use in my lifetime. Love me some decorative mask, butterflies and flowers, layering decorative mask. I don't remember if I ordered them. So right now I'm putting them on my wish list because even if I order a second one, it's all good. So when you make a wish list, just do this, the number, because all that really matters is the number. You can search for things with a number. And I'm just going to write myself a little note, like mask, instead of writing out the whole thing. Because I need to get those. Or I need to get more of those because they're so fun. Celebrating you. Lots of good sentiments. Sometimes I just forget to get things. But then I'm always ordering again later, so I just remember later. This I have to have because I have so much cactus paper from the Flowering Cactus product medley, which I focused on last year a lot. So I definitely have to get this because it'll just help me use up all my little scraps of my cactus paper. And it's a cactus builder punch. I mean, how cute is that? Cactus cuties. This is just showing you lucky you and how this goes with the rainbow of happiness I showed you earlier. Or it's called the Brilliant Rainbows dies and the supple shimmer paper. Supple shimmer. It doesn't look like that color, so I just want to point that out so nobody tells me they didn't know. Or none of my customers. Hopefully you won't say I didn't know. It's just not the right color as the catalog. It's really like an iridescent sort of greenish bluish thing. It's still friggin' awesome, okay? So don't worry about it. It's glimmer paper, right? I didn't worry at all, but some people were like, it's not the same color as the catalog, and they got their panties in a bunch. So I'm just letting you know, it's $5, guys. Don't get your panties in a bunch. And think about the real problems that you should worry about in the world, not whether your supple shimmer is green or blue, okay? So it's $5 and you get 2 sheets of 12 by 12. You get one that's this color, a pinkish one, and one that's sort of a greenish. I mean, you could just say it's a whitish, greenish. It's definitely not blue like it is there. But please, don't worry about it. It's $5. It's a cup of coffee. Okay, hey, sports fan. Let's find a Hey Sports fan. That's your little sneak peek of the paper. It's a vintage paper. It's a very, very cool, masculine suite of products. You can make, if you are thinking of maybe somebody that's a coach, or you have a kids club, or maybe, Father's Day cards and stuff, and birthday cards, but also maybe people in the theater. There's just so many purposes for this, like so many things you can use this for. Okay, just baseball teams, Cub Scouts making things, like, just think of all kinds of purposes for this. So, hey, sports fan, I did get lots of this twine because I love twine. I love wrapping things in twine. I didn't get this because I have about, I don't know, I can't even count how many. Where do I get the clear envelopes to hold the 6x6? I can post it in my VIP group or somewhere. I get them on Amazon. So these, you're talking about these. They're not really envelopes, they're bags, and I can post it in my group, or I could post it here later. I mean, I don't mind sharing the link. It's no problem. I just have to find the link. So I buy bags on Amazon. So when I was telling you about my paper shares and, you know, all the different costs. So one of the costs is bags and the cost is labels and shipping costs because that's included. And then, of course, PayPal takes a fee. And then the place that does my registration form takes a fee. So that's why, just so you know, all those little things. But that's where I get the bags. And that's what I was talking about yesterday in the video about those bags and things. And when I was doing the celebration overview. I definitely love, because I have a lot of this paper from before, this masculine paper, and I have this other sailing bundle from a couple years ago, I definitely want to get this punch. But again, it's timeless, so I'm not in a real big hurry to get it, but I love this little sailboat builder punch. Let's see. Yep, that's what it's called, a sailboat builder punch. Very nice. Wildlife Wonder. I don't know how I missed that. I just never really noticed how cool that was before. So pencils, they're using the watercolor pencils, which you can use dry or you can add some liquid to them. We'll use those a little bit in my Rainbow Happiness workshop. If you like gardening, this is a great bundle for gardening. Home and Garden Bundle. I know Sue probably has this. Sue, if you have this, you and I should do a swap, a one-on-one swap, meaning you send me something with this and I send you something that I don't have. Because I'm not going to get this, but I have a person, a woman, by the way, my neighbor, who's just so awesome at gardening. And I would love to make her a card with that, but I just don't want to get the whole bundle for one card. But anyway, just sometimes that's a good way to swap too. If you're not involved in a swap, you can just swap with one person for a card. This I'm going to get for sure. I mean, how cool is that? You've got this. You're strong and brave. You've got this. And you could do the Viking. And then with some new things coming out, like demonstrators are able to get them this month. They're called natural tones or something, marker or blends. There's more skin tones. There's more different, hair tones and natural tones, I think they're called. But anyway, so it's on your wish list, Sue. Let me know when you get it. No hurry. Just before the end of catalog period, we'll do a one-on-one swap. Sue's she's one of the paper chefs that helps me a lot. I've taken a Viking to you. I mean, how cute is that? So anyway, we have these new markers coming out, and they're going to be able to make these look like people you know. Oh, there you go. There's Minnesota Vikings. You know you're going to get that. That's going to be cool. And then For the Record is going to be fun, nice throwback, right? All right, and then I think now it's just the end of the catalog, and I'm done. I'm at the end, and the rest is just sort of like a table of contents that I can flip through just to show you, because I don't want you to say, wait a minute, there's more pages you're not showing us. All right, this page says Encore, Encore. It means that what's coming back, what did not retire. The Deer Builder Punch is coming back, or it didn't retire, you can still get it. This one, Nuts About Squirrels, I went crazy with that in the fall. I probably made 100 cards with that, if not more than 100 cards. I love Nuts About Squirrels, and people cracked up when I sent it to them. This one I didn't get. Let's see what it's called. Nature's Harvest Stamp Set. I have a lot of the paper, though. Okay, these are products that are coming back. And my little brushed metallic adhesive back dots, which you got to love. All right, this is a table of contents, and so if you missed something earlier, and you might see it this way and go, oh, how did I miss that? Every one of these is things I just showed you already earlier in the book. But now you're seeing them set up as a bundle. So if you want to get a better look at dies, like the dies I showed you earlier, you get a better look on these parts than you do from earlier in the catalog. So always check out the dies from the back here. This is and the punches. A bundle is a punch and dies or a stamp set and dies. Okay, so these are the different offerings we have, and this just goes through the whole catalog again. There's the Eden's Garden. Sugar balls. There's my hexagons I'm still waiting on. Oh, where are my hexagons? And these are some, man, my wish list, even just doing this, you guys, you made my wish list longer. Thank you. helping me spend even more money. See, I love this die because look how easy it's going to be. You make a circle, not a circle, but like a shape, and then you make this, and boom. You have this entire like layered flower. I mean, that's cool. Even though it's not really my style, but it's pretty cool. And then it goes into just catalog at a glance. So that was the bundles, and now it's just saying, okay, here are all the stamp sets, and they're in one color, and then here are all the dies in another color, and then here are all the punches, the new embossing folders. Wait a minute. How did I miss that, guys? All right, where's my, not the bouquet one, but those are super cool. I don't think I'm going to get the bouquet embossing folder because I have too many little flower embossing folders. Oh, here we go again tomorrow when those kits come out. Folder. I got more stuff on my list already. Anyway, DSP. Thank you. I'm glad you like my tripod, Sandy. It's what it looks like. It's like an arm. It's like a big arm that sits off my table on the floor. And then it has this big like arm that goes across. And so it's weighted. It has a weight. You can actually hang a weight off the other end if you have a really heavy camera. But I don't need the actual counterbalance weight because I'm using an actual phone for my camera. But anyway, it holds it like this. And then the camera's over here looking down, and it doesn't make everything shake all the time and get everybody all dizzy. I was like, there has to be something like they make for this. And so I'm so glad he found one, and he got it for me from Amazon. All right, so there is, or he could have got it from that camera store, but I think it was Amazon. These are those things I told you about, the memories and more. And then lots and lots of new embellishments. And then this just talks about hosting. So you get rewards when your orders are $150. If you don't want to spend that yourself, you can host a party. We can do a virtual Facebook party. I've had several hosts before, and that was successful, where you invite the people over a 2-week period, and we do little events and games and get participation in some crafting demos. And if they order anything, you get credit. If your host rewards go up to, if your order from the whole party, and it can be a virtual party, goes up to $150, you get 10% rewards. That's free stuff. And then some of the free stuff you can pick are things that you can only get as a host, which you'll sometimes see in some of my what are we called? My prizes, my host code prize drawings. Mice. I got to remember to get that next time. Next time I have a host, you guys used a host code, and then I do a drawing, I'm going to get the mice, because that's super adorable. I think someone's going to like that one as well, but that one's just too cute, right? Too cute. Anyway, as you get up in rewards, when you get up to, like, say, if the party is like a big party and a lot of people order, you get up to $600, say, you get 16% rewards. And then you get a half price item. Well, actually, after $450, you get a half price item. But during celebration, you also get a free stamp set when you host a party, and the party gets to be $300. And that is outlined in the celebration brochure, which I'll go over later. But there is a free, I just want to say what that free stamp set is, and then I'll talk about it again later. It's something about Camellia coming here. This is during celebration, we always have a free host set. And if you use the host code on my website, then you get entered into drawings, and those will definitely be part of the drawings. Those calming Camellia will be some prizes if you don't earn them yourself. Well, that's about all for now. I really enjoyed this. I hope you like all these new Designer Series papers and all the suites that I mentioned, and got to see everything in action. Every time you see a Designer Series paper, it's because it goes around the name of a suite. So there are 8 new suites I just outlined. Loads and loads of new products. Showed lots of examples. I hope that gives you an idea of what you can do with some of these products in the new catalog. Hope you're making your wish list and that you'll choose me as your demonstrator. Thank you all for watching. This is the Papered Chef.